Hello, y'all. It's your girl, Asia for the Roman Fangirl channel. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another episode of me reviewing an episode from Degrassi. We are still on season 12. Episodes we're going to be reviewing today for season 12 are episodes 13 and 14 called Rusty Cages. They are part 1 and part 2 episodes. Like I said, I didn't know that every episode of season 12 was a part 1 and part 2 episode. And y'all guys might say that's bullshit because I watched the season 1,000 times, and I have. But it's like, even though there's a lot of part 1 and part 2 episodes, some of them are interesting, but not all of them. I am able to admit that. But like I said, I already told you, I'm not reviewing every episode from this season because a lot of these episodes I really don't care for because they're surrounded by characters I could give zero shits about. But as far as this episode is concerned, I really enjoyed the A plot. I really enjoyed that they actually gave more time for Cam's character, giving us more depth with him and Maya's relationship. As far as the B plot is concerned, I do not care about Casey's character. And one of the main reasons why I really don't care is because Casey's been here since season 8. And I feel like, I just always felt like once him and Jenna gave up their baby, they kind of just overstayed their welcome. That's just how I felt. I feel like when Casey left, she should have been leaving too. That's just how I feel. I don't give a fuck how anybody feel. I just feel like when Casey left, Jenna should have left too. Because it's like, what is their point in staying in this show if you're not going to give them anything? I mean, in this season, Jenna was just there to listen to gossip from Allie or just be there to be a guiding ear to give advice. It's like she don't get any of her individual storylines. So it's like, why is she a character in this show? Why is she still an existing character? Same thing with Casey. After everything you've done with him, giving the baby up, now you want to give him a storyline with his dad getting out of prison and getting the mom back to drinking again. The dad still want to get drunk and do drugs. It's like, I don't even care for this because I don't care about Casey's character or like that for real. I did enjoy his friendships with Connor and with Bianca. Anything other than that, I simply do not care. As far as the A plot is concerned, I really did enjoy the A plot. I really do feel like the A plot with Cam definitely showed us signs of him being suicidal, and depression was really starting to grow heavy on him. Because I always said this when I go back and look at this episode now, because a lot of people like to say, oh, but they didn't show signs of him being suicidal. And I feel like in this episode they definitely did, because Cam was hurting himself, right? At the end of part 1 of the episode, when his team members found out that he faked being sick so he'd go to karaoke night with Maya and her friends, they basically tortured him, had him out there doing hockey training all night, just torturing him to do something that, honestly, I do feel like Cam was losing passion for hockey. I don't think he enjoyed it because he was playing for a team that just didn't allow him to enjoy it, right? So, and then it's like, you have to think again, Cam was also homesick. He was really sad all the time. Like, his family lived miles away at home while he had to be here living with a whole different family. So it's like, I don't have any friends. I have a girlfriend, but I'm still sad. Like, even though I have good stuff coming for me, I'm in the hockey team. I might be dropped to the NHL. I'm still very sad, and I just felt like at the end of episode 1, when he had cut himself, and he looked at the blood some type of way, and then you go to part 2, where he gets completely shy and can't really answer the questions from the reporters, and he pick up the hockey. I'm gonna call it the hockey skate. He picked up the hockey skate and pressed the hockey skate onto his wound to hurt it some more. He was showing signs of suicidalness, and then I do feel like when I watch part 2 now, I do feel like Maya knew that Cam. I feel like she knew something wasn't right with Cam, but I feel like when he kind of told her that he's just sad, I think she kind of fell back, is what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to figure out what words I'm trying to say, and that's the best one I could think of. I do feel like she knew that there was something more going on with Cam mentally. I do feel like that when I do watch these part 1 and part 2 episodes now, because she saw the wound on his hand in the part 2 episode when she asked him what happened, and he lied and told her, oh, he did it, it kind of happened during practice. Well, honestly, he did it to himself. And then he purposely, in one of the most intense scenes I ever watched for the show, fell off a ledge from school and broke his goddamn arm. Like, purposely, so he could stop playing hockey, so he could take a break from it. You feel me? And Maya even asked him at the end of the episode, did he do it on purpose? And he told her no. Me, personally, if I was Maya, I wouldn't have believed him, because he has been showing signs of depression and showing signs of sadness. But she believed Cam because, you know, he had a way of suggesting that he was going to be okay and that he's going to be all right. So I don't blame Maya for not overstepping her boundaries and really questioning, like, are you really okay? Like I said, I think when Cam had a way of, like, telling her, like, no, I never would have done that, or, like, I'm okay. Like, when he kind of told her that he was just sad, like, when she wasn't, like, getting any texts or calls back from him in the episode, he kind of just told her that I'm just sad. Like, I'm miles away from my family. I don't really want to be here. She kind of fell back, but I do feel like when I watch the episodes now that she saw it with Cam, but she didn't really press him or like that because he convinced her that he was okay. You feel me? And I do feel like he was up until the episodes that do come up. So one thing I definitely will say is that I never realized the time that Degrassi really took to flush out storylines in season 12, for real. First of all, this episode is an A+ for me because I absolutely love Cam's episode, right? Because they finally gave an insight to Cam's character in episodes 13 and 14, right? Fucking hair on me. And then it's like episodes 31 and 32 is when you like finally get more insight on his character. The only thing I'm gonna say is that I do wish they would have given him more. You feel me? People are gonna say, "Oh, that's bullshit." They did give him a lot. They gave him the episodes with Bianca when the team was messing with him. But I mean, like, when it came to sadness with his character, I do feel like they could have done more. Like, when I'm watching this episode, I do realize, okay, they did this for episodes 13 and 14. They did this for his character. Like, they finally giving us an insight to his character having depression and showing signs of suicidalness. And like I said, I never really liked how Degrassi would do important storylines and kind of like pause the brakes on it, and then a next episode is about some bullshit. Like, the next episode after this is about Jake and fucking Katie and Imogen. I don't care about these motherfuckers. You could have did another episode where it's another Cam episode showing more sadness, showing more depression, more suicidalness, right? Instead, we don't get that until episodes 31 and 32. And I'm not saying that his storyline, committing suicide or anything, is overrated or anything like that, saying, oh, is it really that good like I remember? I do think it was good because Cam's character wasn't supposed to be on here for too long. His character was only supposed to be on for one season. But what I'm saying is, I do wish they would have fleshed it out a little bit longer instead of giving us storylines with characters who really didn't matter. It's what I'm trying to say. So, what Cam's episodes, Rusty Cages, great insight on his character deeply. But I do wish that after these episodes, they would have did another part 1 or part 2 episode with him before they did an episode where he committed suicide, to show us more insight on his character, if that makes sense. But this is my review for episodes 13 and 14. I always enjoy these episodes whenever I watch them. Like I said, don't care for the B plot with Casey. I can really care less. Catch you guys in my next review.